The Dune Part 3 official teaser trailer just got released. In this video, we're going to analyze the trailer, try to break down some shots, and speculate what could happen in this new thrilling Dune movie. I want to give a quick spoiler warning. This video will cover major story points from Frank Herbert's book, Dune Messiah, which this movie is based off of. So if you want to experience Dune Part 3 fresh, this is your moment to pause. The trailer starts with Paul and Chani discussing what they should name their child, if it's a girl or if it's a boy.
If we have a girl, what will we name her?
Now this conversation doesn't explicitly happen in Dune Messiah. At this moment of them discussing it, this looks like a calmer, almost pre-jihad war time. Unfortunately for them, Chani has been secretly being fed poisonous contraceptive by Princess Irulan. But because Paul can see the future, he knows that Chani is being fed contraception. And the reason why he doesn't stop it is because he knows when she gives birth, it's going to be the end of Chani. Which explains Paul's frustration. With all his power and foresight, he's trapped on this path with his loved one dying. What's interesting is even though Paul can essentially see the future by seeing all the different paths he can take, the one thing he doesn't see, when Chani eventually does get pregnant, she gives birth to twins. And so they end up using both names, which is Leto, which is Paul's dad, the kid's grandfather, Duke Leto Atreides, and Ghanima, which means spoils of war in Arabic. Another curious thing they show in this trailer, they mention the word grandfather around this point where he's also wiping water from his head, which really reminds me of Paul's grandfather, the Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. He wipes his head in a similar way in the beginning of Dune Part 1. Now this is a little hard to make out here. This is a ring being given to someone. And this is the Atreides ring. The last time this ring changed hands was when it was given to Paul Atreides. There can only be really one reason why the ring is being handed here. And that's because Paul is gone. And it's most likely being given to Alia, since she's the next heir in the line. And then we have a quick cut of the sun setting on Arrakis. And this just could be implying that this is the end of Paul. And then we get some action. Now I'm curious how this story is going to be told. In the book, it's set 12 years after the ending of Dune. And in those 12 years, that's where all this jihad is taking place over the universe. All the wars and battles that have happened on other planets, they were kind of just mentioned in the book. This is kind of the aftermath of that. But looks like the director may choose to show some of these battles, which would be pretty cool. Because one of these scenes, you can tell this isn't Arrakis, or most likely isn't. There's trees in the background, and that we do not know of any trees on Arrakis like that. And also, it's raining in this scene. Now this fight is probably on another planet, but it's possible this is also on Dune. Rain is, in this point in the story, is actually starting to happen because they're starting to change the planet of Dune to make it a green place. One of the first lines in the Children of Dune book is that people have died in flash floods, and the word drowned was first introduced into the Dune language. Now the director Denis Villeneuve has said this is actually going to be 17 years in the future. And his reasons are for Alia to come of age as her own powerful figure, allowing her time to understand the knowledge of the ancestral Bene Gesserit mothers that she hears in her. But really it was probably just a safe bet for audiences because Alia is 14 in the book, and she has moments with Duncan in the story. The music on this trailer is a hair-raising, kind of bone-chilling chant being started by Paul Atreides and sung with others around him as the intensity grows. I did a quick scan through Dune Messiah because there's some hymns and songs in that book, but nothing has the repetition like this chant here. And this is, I'm assuming, in Chakotpa, which is the Dune language. There's been some effort online to try to translate it right now, and so far it's something to do with time will carry the fire, time will carry the fire again, time and wind, wind and time, time will rise in fire, time and fire again. Just along those lines, time will carry the fire, time and fire, again and again. And then we get this line.
The more I fight, the more our enemies fight back.
Oh yeah. So this is a really cool moment. This reveals the conspirators against Paul Atreides. So we have the Bene Gesserit, Princess Irulan, and then we see our new characters, Scytale, played by Robert Pattinson, and Edric, which is a space navigator, a guild steersman. Now Scytale, our new character, is a face dancer, where they can copy anybody's appearance. Kind of like Mystique from the X-Men. Edric's tank looks awesome here. It looks like a sarcophagus, and with that red glow coming through. We'll see how much they show of him if this casket has a transparency to it and we can see into it. Because they describe it a little bit in the book, how they have web feet and he's swimming in this tank of spice and just basically always eating and drinking spice, essentially just living in it. And that allows them to navigate the stars. They can see all the different paths their ships need to take, fold space without causing any harm to their ship. Now I think these scenes here where the troops are jumping across the rooftops with their suspensor belts and Alia in this tight corridor, I think this is when Paul Atreides goes to the city to go do some investigating on a dead body they found. The troops are keeping their distance because they don't want to arouse any suspicion. Paul Atreides is supposed to be alone in this interaction, but he's the Emperor, so he needs to be protected. Now, there's a character that's been missing from the promotional material and this trailer, and I'm not sure if this character is just too weird and they're taking him out of this movie, or they're keeping him as a surprise. But he's this prescient dwarf who's like quick-witted, and he's immune to others' prescience. So Paul Atreides, he's usually aware of everyone. He never anticipated to even meet this dwarf. So we'll see if we meet our cool little friend who spoke in cryptic riddles and rhymes. Then we see this bright light and explosion. So this, I was surprised to even see this in the trailer. This is a big turn in the book. This is a stone burner that goes off, and it ends up blinding Paul completely. Like he can't see physically. But then he's kind of like Neo, and he's able to continue as if he can see because of his prescient powers. And that's when, at the end of the book, when he is shocked that he has twins, because he basically knows everything, and he was expecting a child, but he wasn't expecting two children. And at that point, he knew he was actually blind, so he could no longer see the future. So that's when he sets out and walks into the desert. And that's probably when he gave his ring to his lieutenant Tandis to give to Alia. And then we get this powerful line from Paul's mom, Jessica.
How did Father do it?
Your father never started a war.
And then we get a shot of Alia in her temple, and it looks awesome. Such a cool shot. Looks totally epic. And then we see her pilgrims getting rained on. And this may even happen in this scene. Maybe she even calls forth the rain. Like she can see that it's coming and gains even more believers, showing that she can make it rain on Arrakis. Then we get a shot of the throne room, and this is probably the scene where they give Duncan Idaho to Paul Atreides, or his Gola to Paul Atreides, and his name is Hayt, or Hate. It's spelled Hayt. I would think it would be Hayt, because Hayat means life in Arabic, which is so close to height. And this is Duncan's new life, so you think it'd be that, but I think I heard Frank Herbert say it's Hate. So we'll see how they pronounce that in the movie. So Duncan returns as a Gola, which is pretty close to a clone. The only difference is it's actually grown from the dead cells of the body and not copied like a clone. And this is a gift from Edric, which reminds me of the Baron Harkonnen's line.
Where's a gift, not a gift?
And it's essentially saying it's a trap. And Paul Atreides is aware of this, and he's even fighting him here to test that it actually is Duncan, to see if he can feel his familiarity in him. And Duncan's eyes will have like a metal gray sheen to them here, and it looks like it's just the iris that's that color. And that's pretty much it in this teaser trailer. It's funny because this is a teaser and they actually gave us a lot, so I can't imagine what the next trailers are going to have in it. Now, I didn't cover every frame of this trailer. There was a lot of scenes with Chani with her face scarred, and she's fighting something in the desert. I'm not sure what that is. And in the beginning she has her parasol. I believe that's her flying. It's hard to tell from the back. But yeah, this comes out December, which is exciting. And yeah, I can't wait to see how this story is told. If I missed anything, or if you guys want to add anything, feel free to drop it in the comments. I'm a huge nerd for this type of thing, and yeah. Have a good one.